Yeah, shit. I've always known that my desires, especially my sexual desires, is my soul wanting to express itself in some kind of way. But luckily for me, I was never the type that suppressed this feeling. You know, sometimes this desire, is good. We get to do what we're doing as long as the desire is there. But sometimes this desire was my own projection. Yeah. Now, either way, it was a good, wonderful thing to experience. It served so many purpose. It has helped me so much, especially in my healing. Now, what happens when you suppress your desire? Hello, people of the world. Welcome to Awaken the Ego. My name is Alula. I'm back with another video. Guys, today I want to talk about something serious. What is that? You want to experience hell on earth? Just suppress your feeling. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what happens to you when you suppress your desires. What happens to you when you suppress what you're really feeling within yourself? Oh, wait, my brother, my sister. That is not a way to live. Now, just the way I expressed at the intro, your desires. Now, your desires could be anything. It could be your desire for success. It could be a desire for recognition. Or it could be a desire for sex, which is the highest form of expression and which we're going to use for this video as a reference. Yeah. Now, when it comes to desire, guys, if you don't follow through what you're feeling within you, you know what I mean? This is the reason why you find so many horny people in the church. You might think to yourself, man, that is an unlikely place where. Why is this so? That is because it is so suppressed. Now, the more you suppress this, the more this feeling finds its expression. And let me tell you something, it's not pretty. Come to think about it, from my travels all around the world, the one thing that stood out to me in India and Middle East also was how taboo this subject was really. How they were so serious about sex. How they made sex more than what it should be. And also, how this suppression made these people the horniest people you ever seen. Now, what would you not do that to yourself? Why would you just not express yourself just the way your soul intended it to be? Yeah. Now, let's get down to the points. What happens when you suppress, this sexual desires? Oh, look at this bird right there. Actually, before I say anything else, let me just talk about desire a little bit, especially sexual desire. Now, the first way I can express desire is the way nature is tricking you to produce so that our species can go on, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. Another thing as well is, guys, desire is mostly projection. You know what I'm saying? You could be attracted to somebody that reminds you of like your past, maybe. Some people are attracted to people with certain trauma, like a trauma bonding. You know what I'm saying? But now the thing is, if this feeling is suppressed and suppressed and suppressed, A, without being processed, B, without understanding where this feeling is coming from, now this emotions, guys, goes underground. And when it goes underground, it builds and it builds and it builds. You know what I'm saying? Which brings us to our first point. What happens when you suppress your sexual desire? Guys, the first one is this feeling builds so much pressure. Now, it's going to explode at some point. Now, this explosion will manifest in so many ways. This is the reason why people commit crime behind sex and desire. Let me tell you something. This thing is so common. You know what I'm saying? And also, this breeds like a breeding ground for jealousy, uncomfortable being around opposite sex. Oh yeah, that is a big one right there. You know what I'm saying? Your nervous system becomes so clogged up with this suppression, you begin to act weird around women if you're a man, and vice versa. A woman will begin to refer to you as creep. You become like a nice guy. You see what I'm saying? This is the reason why nice guys get the worst treatment, because they suppress their desire. You become so serious about sex. You know what I'm saying? You begin to build this illusion in your mind, make it more than what it is and what it should be. And lastly, this might even lead you to devote your whole life to sex. Did I go too far on this? Let's go to the second point. What happens when you suppress this powerful emotion, vibration? You become hateful towards the opposite sex. Is it that about a player hater is like? A player hater hates what he likes. You know what I'm saying? Since this feeling is so suppressed inside and it cannot be expressed, he or she begins to hate the very thing they're attracted to. This is what I mean by, if you want to live your life, if you want your life to be hell on earth, just suppress your feeling. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, in this dating situation, there is so much mistrust and hate for the opposite sex. Should I blame that on suppression? Maybe. One of the funniest things about these things is like, I've heard some powerful people that have even joined an organization or even began to speak about a certain issue as if it was so wrong. And then, now this same person is caught in the same act. That is a player hater. That is a person with a suppressed emotion. The more you suppress this emotion, guys, the more you hate what you like. My friend, why would you do that to yourself? Alright, let's go to the last point. A good point right here. Why you should never ever suppress your sexual desire. That is, guys, because if you suppress this will lower your vibration. It will make you less than who you really are. There was a time where I was there briefly. Let me close this video by sharing this story. I was with this girl for a couple months. You know what I'm saying? But then, I was really attracted to a friend more than her. You know what I'm saying? And after a while, I really had to leave that situation behind me because the suppression was really getting out of hand. Alright, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Until your next video, let's close this right here. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.